Hello, everyone. We will be starting the live shortly. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Global Connect. We will be starting the live shortly. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Middlesex and welcome to Middlesex Global Connect India Edition. My name is Rizwan and I'll be your host for today. I'm joined by two wonderful students of Middlesex. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello everyone, I'm Melissa. I'm the daytime MBA student here and I'm from Karnataka.
Hi guys, my name is Kendrick Babin and I'm from India, Kerala, pursuing my LB Honours Law here.
Thank you both for joining us today. This Connect is all about talking about Middlesex, the programs that we have, how to be part of this amazing community that we have here. We'll also start with a campus tour done by these two beautiful people today. They'll be showing us around the campus, the facilities that we have, and how things are done at Middlesex. After that, we have a Q&A session where we'll talk more about Middlesex. You can put in your questions in the chat box, and we'll discuss everything Middlesex here. We are now located in Dubai Knowledge Park here at the DKP branch. And are you guys ready for the campus tour?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's head out.
Sure, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. All right, so Kendrick and Melissa is on their way to show us the campus. They will be showing us around the common spaces that we have around the campus. We'll be seeing the library, classrooms, and how university life is at Middlesex Dubai. While we do that, please feel free to use the chat box to ask us questions. We'll be discussing everything that is Middlesex and how you can be part of this amazing community. I can already see there are a lot of messages coming down. Feel free to use the chat box to tell us where you're applying from or where you're inquiring from so that we'll see if we've got people from the same area. Good luck. We will now start the tour.
So right now we are here at the Innovation Hub, where as you can see, a lot of our seminars and workshops take place here. And there are 120 plus nationalities which come, and students from different places, they come, they interact with each other. And this is the place where they actually collaborate, study, attend sessions. And as you can see here, there are different study hubs wherein they can individually sit down to complete their assignments or different kinds of projects that they have with their friends, or even as a matter of fact, individual spaces. Next, as you can see, here we have our computer owning system, wherein students, if they want to own a computer or a laptop, they can do so for a few hours. Now this one, next up, we have the Global Study District, wherein different kinds of events take place, and also there are different sessions. Like recently, we had the awards night, which was taking place here. It's a big space, very comfortable space, wherein students can sit down, they can have fun, they can talk to each other, and attend sessions as well. Next up, we have the Group Study Hub, wherein students can come up here, they can book individual cabins for themselves, they can sit down alone or with their friends, prepare for examinations, complete their assignments on time, and this is how this entire space is.
Right now, we are going inside the graphic design lab number 1. As we can see right here, all these PCs and all these tables right here is for you students to learn and work on your designs. Talking about designs, as you can see over here, all this provided, seen to you guys, is done by our students, professionally handmade. All these cover designs, all of these, done by our graphic design students itself. Moving on to the Robotech lab, an interesting fact done by our students. Coming on inside, you can see a robot made by our students. His name is Pepper. So Pepper is honestly an innovation made by our students, similar to the innovations you can see here and here as well. We also have multiple competitions, as you guys can see over there, in which you guys earn a lot of prize money as well. Interesting fact. Moving on, we'll be seeing the VR lab now. So the VR lab, honestly, when you take a look at it, it's going to be like amazing. Right this way. We got the VR lab, as well as your private stations to work at. As you guys can just take a look here. Yeah, so you guys can come in here, do your projects, your assignments. Pretty much a free space for you guys.
So this here is our Icon Studio, where the fashion students are taught different types of fabrics that they are supposed to design on. We have the Icon show happening once in a year, and all our students come down, they have the ramp walk, where experts, professionals, parents, students, faculty, everyone, they come here, support our students. These are some of the work, as you can see. This is the place where the students are provided with all the necessary resources, including the fabric, the equipment, etc. And this is some of the work, as you can see, of our fashion students.
So for all the law students out there, this right here is your mooting room. We have multiple competitions that occur here at this room exactly, from advocacy competitions that happen every year to law firm projects and multiple other competitions as well. So just like the movies, yeah, it's pretty realistic here in this university. Along with that, myself, I'm doing law as well. I've just completed my 3rd year. We have multiple competitions organized by the MDX Mooting Society as well. To know more, please come down to our university and yeah, get to know more.
So right now we are here at the Dubai Knowledge Park, and as you can see, this is space where most of the students sit, have fun with friends, chill around and spend some time outside of classrooms. Now this here is the biggest stage wherein our international day takes place. So more than, as I said earlier, more than 120 nationalities, they come here. They perform different kinds of dance, music. There are also different kinds of food that they bring here. People enjoy wearing attires from different nationalities, and it's a wonderful event which takes place. Even people from other universities, they are welcomed here and they see the work of our students. Now as you move, you can see there's a supermarket, K Circle, which is the most common for our students here. Next, we have EDI, which is the driving institute, which our students come here for and enroll themselves. We also have a lot of food courts, and we have one food court here and different restaurants where students sit for some time off and have food, etc.
So right now we are at the MDX library. This is where we can borrow up to 12 books, any of your choice. So you can see the wide ranges of books we have here at the library. On top of that, we do have specific library just for the law students as well. Not just law library, we also have a specific library for fiction readers as well. On top of that, we also have a silent study right there. So if you want to do your assignments in peace, that's where you stop by. Moving on, you guys can also borrow up to 12 books, and you can return them whenever you like, actually. Yeah. Moving on this way. We do have around 30 plus sports and social clubs as well here at this university, ranging from events club, culinary club. We got the football team for men's and women's. Moving on here, we're going to see the variety of trophies our university has earned throughout the years, right this way. So all of these are the trophies that our university students have earned. Yeah, you can see all the photos here as well. Moving on, in a year we also do have international trips at this university. If you just take a look here, you can take a look at all the students that have gone for our international trip. Yeah. Moving on to those gym freaks who are interested in lifting weights, this is where you guys drop by. Again, there are set timings, and if you guys want to inquire about what time this will be open, or in general the library or the social hub, you can always drop by university and we'll give you the details. Moving on, now we are entering the most exciting part of Middlesex University. This is the social hub. So you scan in using your student ID card, which you'll be receiving 1 week prior to your admission. This is basically the social hub. This is where you'll be exploring yourself, having fun with your friends, networking. We got the arcade room, we got the foosball table. Moving on here, right this way, we got the gaming room as well. For those of you interested in PS5, PS4 or laptop gaming, this is a place for you to crash. Moving on, we also got the music room right here. Those of you interested in drumming or guitar, that's the place to stop by. Right this way. So if you guys are interested in joining the music club, you guys can always join our club using a QR code, which is given stuck around campus. Or you could just always drop by student activities, which I'll show you guys in a bit. Moving on, we also have the games room right here. This is where we have the ping pong table as well as the 8-ball pool table as well. Moving on, in between your classes, you might be having a short time of break as well. So what to do in between the break? One thing is doing your assignments. Second thing is enjoying and having fun with your friends. This is a spot to crash in. Yeah? Moving on, like I mentioned earlier, if you do have any issues or you want to know more about clubs, you could always drop by student activities, which is right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the social hub. Thank you so much. Have a great
All right, everyone, welcome back. In our studio, we've got Mr. Bilal here today. He is one of our former students and now works as a supervisor in the student recruitment. He's a little too excited about the cricket match last night, so he's here to talk about what happened last night. So
I'm just
Bilal?
here making a wild card entry while we have Melissa and Kendrick come back from the campus tours. I hope they grab a coffee and a drink. I'm just here to make a very important announcement.
Okay.
So for me, I'm pretty sure when he said cricket, I know what you guys can expect me to speak about. I'm from Bangalore. For the last 18 years, since 2008, I've been watching IPL every single year with disappointments, with heartbreaks. We reached the finals thrice, and we won it yesterday.
Yeah.
So that's a huge moment for us, and I'm pretty sure anyone who's watching it right now can relate to what I'm talking about. That's the announcement I came to speak about, and you can tell everyone how happy I am. I've got sweets for everyone, by the way.
Yeah, he was so excited. He bought some sweets in to the office to celebrate the victory.
Yes, if you are in Dubai, you can come down to Dubai Knowledge Park.
And
I'm happy to
sweets.
give you more sweets if you want. But yes, it's I'm pretty sure everywhere across India, everyone's proud of RCB.
Congratulations, RCB. Thank you so much, Bilal.
I think we have Kendrick and Melissa back.
Yeah,
But before I end,
Kendrick.
I just want to say one thing. Isala Cup Namdu.
Thank you, Bilal.
Yes.
So we've got Melissa and Kendrick back in the studio after the campus tour. Welcome back, guys. How was the walk? How was the tour?
It was really hot outside, honestly. It's so sunny. But
Yeah, it's about 35 degrees out here today, I think.
I guess, yeah.
It's hot.
So we've got plenty of students joining in right now. We got a couple of questions in the chat box. But again, feel free to use the chat box to ask us questions. We will try our best to answer every single one of them and kind of give you an understanding of what Middlesex is. So before we get into the questions, just wanted to know, you've mentioned you're from India, and what high school system do you guys come from?
So I studied here itself in IHS Indian High School, and I come from CBSE.
CBSE?
Yes.
Okay. Does that apply to you as well?
Same as well, yeah, CBSE.
Okay. So how was it different for you to go from a CBSE system? Because since we're in the India edition, I'm pretty sure most of the viewers that are joining in today are either from CBSE, state boards, and some of them might even come from the British system. So how different was it for you when you transitioned from the Indian board or the CBSE board to a British education, Melissa?
Yeah, so I would say that in Indian system, it was mostly like me studying the concepts, a lot of mugging up, and it was a lot of theoretical knowledge.
A lot of by hearting. Huh?
Exactly, that's what. And then once I came here to the UK system, it's completely practical, for real.
Right.
It's a minimal amount of theory, but so much of practical, and that was very useful for
How
me.
often do you go to the library?
I do go. Sometimes
It's
I
a
guess.
tricky question
Yeah.
there. What about you,
Adding
Kendrick?
on to that, you are really dependent on teachers, especially during CBSE classes, be it notebooks, exams. You, again, like Melissa said, you tend to mug up a lot. But when you come to university lifestyle, you tend to be a lot more independent.
Right.
Like you think critically and out of the box. That's what we basically build you for.
Right.
Right.
I completely agree to that as well, because to add on to what you just said, I think with the system that we are familiar with, I also come from the CBSE system.
Yeah.
We're familiar with a lot of theoretical knowledge
Exactly.
that we have to kind of understand or mug up in such a short time, and then you just write those in the examination. But I think with international universities, but since we're talking about Middlesex, it's more practical. Fun fact, I'm also an alumni of Middlesex, so I've done my bachelor's with Middlesex, graduated in 2018. So for me, when I moved, I think the biggest challenge was that no one's spoon feeding me anymore. So, you're 18, you're responsible for your own academics and everything. And for me, being part of that made me a bit more organized, I would say, and a bit more responsible. So which is great. And
That's great.
You were able to cope up really easy, or it took you
Yes,
some time?
I mean, initially it was kind of different for me for real, but then later it became easy because the lecturers and everyone, they're very supportive,
Right.
very friendly, and you do not get the vibe of a professor-student. It's like,
Yeah,
very
so
friendly.
Adding on to that, in our seminar sessions, they put us like in groups, which makes it like really easy to interact and network, make new friends, especially with like classmates and the professors as well. They're really friendly.
And the diversity plays a big factor, right?
Exactly,
We've
yeah.
got about more than 120 nationalities on
Yes,
campus.
yes.
So I think, again, for me, I have a lot of my personal experience because I also come from the Indian system. Because I was in an all-boys, all-Indian school all my life. And then when I went to Middlesex, it was a bit of a shocker for me. I was sitting with people that, don't speak the same language as me or don't look like me. So how was that for you, being in an international university with international students, Kendrick?
So initially, it was quite intimidating, making friends. I mean, to be fair, I was kind of introverted at the initial starting stages. That's when, like I mentioned earlier, the professors usually tend to get really interactive with the classes. Compared to a CBC system, you tend to talk with the professor and with other friends as well. So that's how we tend to grow.
Right.
So yeah, for me, it was like pretty smooth transitioning while making friends as well.
For me, when I came in, I was like clueless what to expect. And then we had this week of welcome. I still remember. That is when I actually met the first friend that I made in Middlesex, and we're still friends. We still
You want
talk
to give
to
a
each
shout
other.
out to that first friend?
Oh no, I think she knows already. She's watching me now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So while you were going on a campus tour, I did get some questions about, is the student lounge and the student, the gaming area free of cost, or do we have to pay? What are your thoughts on that question?
Yeah, there's like a small amount to pay. No, I'm joking. There's no amount. There's no amount.
completely
Guys,
free.
it's completely free. Don't worry about it. You just need to have your ID card, student ID card, to access the social hub. It's called as a social hub in our university DKP. You access the social hub using your ID card, and everything's completely free. You just book in using your ID card. That's pretty much it.
Because I think that because I do meet a lot of students on a daily basis, and most of them, because they come from the Indian system, or at least from the school system, their life revolves around academics. Extracurricular is just a small part of their high school journey. So when you come to Middlesex, they get exposed to all these recreational sports and activities and all that. So how much of that plays a role in your university life? Academics is important. I'm not denying that to any of the viewers. But how important is extracurriculars and these gaming lounges and these fun activities in one person's academic journey?
Academics is one thing, but to build yourself personally as well is the main factor. Like I initially said, Middlesex makes you independent. One of the main factors that affect this is the extracurriculars, what you do. We have over 30 plus sports and events clubs, social clubs. Joining them not only makes you interact and network with a lot more friends from other programs, they tend to make you a lot more progressive out there in the world. Especially over here, you got to learn to be unique and out of the box, like I mentioned earlier. Yeah.
So for me, since I was a daytime MBA student, most of my classes were in the DIAC campus. And we used to come here once in a week, yes. But over there, we have different, that is social and professional clubs. Because again, it's master students, the crowd is a bit different from undergrad. It was good because we had these competitions held with different universities as well. And the professional clubs were divided. We had elections for leaderships. And I think those were the things where some people who were not into academics could shine here in the clubs.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of a very valid point, because some of us believe that academics is everything. You join a university for its degree. Yes, those are important, but I think, like you mentioned, one of the most important people in your life you meet at the university. The most important soft skills you probably develop that in the university. So having part of these events and activities is very important. The main thing that we always say in Dubai is that networking is key. What are your thoughts on networking is the key, Melissa?
Yeah, true. Definitely, because initially, as I told you, I was like really shy and everything. But then once I got a bit of a friends and I got to know people, I understood that how important it is to network. Me being a master's student, it was very important for me, to build up that skill. What helped me was these sessions which used to happen every Thursday here. So there were people used to come in from the industry. I still remember there was a guy from Astor who had come in here, and we got a conversation with him, like me and my friends. And I realized, like, okay, how better it has become for me to like converse with people. Initially, if I look back, I was so shy. But now it's like better for me.
Changes you, right?
Yes, exactly.
What about you, Kendrick?
Adding on to that, so initially in my first year, when I had started interacting with a couple of friends here and there, that's when I found out about Middlesex Events Club volunteering. That's where I kind of like built myself, not just myself, like overall soft skills as well, not just academically, but soft skills. Yeah, so that was a big factor for me as well.
Okay, that's amazing. Again, this is coming from the students directly, you know. So we are at Middlesex, we are all about student life experience, and we want to make sure that you guys come into the university, make the most out of it, whether it's 1, 2, or 3 years, and then graduate with that Middlesex experience. It's not just about the degree, it's about the whole experience that you go through. I've got a couple of questions about what type of programs do you teach at the university. So we've got 3 levels of education at the university. So we've got the foundation level, the undergraduate level, and the postgraduate level. The foundation is also known as a pre-university program. Some high school systems need to take up that additional year of university to prepare themselves for university. So that's 1 year of foundation. Our undergraduate programs are a 3-year bachelor's degree. Now, a lot of universities or a lot of other countries that represent universities, they do have a 4-year program, but we do a 3-year honors degree, which is something that makes Middlesex unique compared to other universities. And of course, we have our specialized PG programs. We've got 2 types of programs. We got the daytime program and the executive nighttime program. So Melissa is one of the pioneers of our MBA daytime, which runs during the day between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. And we've got all of our PG programs happening at night. So most of our students, they work. So they have a full-time job or they have other commitments during the daytime. So having a nighttime PG program really, really helps them navigate between work and life. So it makes it easier for them. We've got more questions. There's a question about how's student life in Dubai. They're not talking about Middlesex, they're talking about in Dubai. Would you like to shed some light on that?
Student life in Dubai, honestly, it's very exciting. There's a lot to do here in Dubai, lots of places to visit. Again, every day you're going to do something new. You're going to learn something new. You're going to explore a lot more here in Dubai. It's not just the people here, the culture here. It's the places here, honestly. The Burj Khalifa, tallest building in the world. Amazing as well.
You can't be in Dubai and not see that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, even for me, honestly, like every day, it's different. I mean, it's fun, it's engaging. Like, for example, if we have weekends, we do plan out movie nights or maybe cafes sometimes and beaches. Everything's like right here. Even, for example, traveling, it's so convenient because I use the metro and it's so safe even as a woman for me because there are separate compartments again. Right. So nothing's difficult here. It's everything at your ease. So for me, it's like nice.
Adding on to that, you can visit other countries through Global Village.
Global Village.
Yes,
Global Village,
yes.
yeah.
So for those of you who don't know what Global Village is, it's a massive, I would say, a theme park of, or like a theme park of different countries. So you get to go experience that country's food, culture, their traditional dances. You can see what attire they wear. So if someone says, let me take you around the world, you could just take them to Global Village, you know. We've got some questions around expenses because, again, we can't talk about expenses because it's very subjective, right?
Yeah.
It depends on a person's ability to spend. You know, do they have food on the fancier end? Would they like to live in the city center? But normally, where do our international students live, and what is life like as an international student?
So we have an accommodation tie-up. It's called the Myriad. It's located in Academic City. The prices vary, so we offer multiple rooms from single, double, and the studio room as well. The prices may differ from 2.5 to 3.5. I'm not exactly sure about that. But we do provide free transportation from the university to the accommodation and back to the university as well, vice versa. The accommodation overall, it's pretty good. They have multiple facilities. For example, the gym, they have the swimming pool. It's friendly because there's multiple students that take up the accommodation in the Myriad itself. Yeah.
Okay.
And how can you forget about the restaurants that are nearby?
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of healthy options as well as if you want a cheat day. Yeah.
Always a cheat day. I think with when we see, because we are in the India edition, Dubai is a very popular destination for Indians.
Yeah.
You know the reason why.
Yes.
It's close to home. It's
Yeah.
about 3 hours to 4 hour journey. It's safe, and you always have one person in your family that lives in Dubai. So it's always home away from home, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think that students who would like to join an international university in Dubai should look forward for when they apply? Do you think it's more about convenience of stay? Do you think it's more about the program? Is it more about the exchange programs? Because we have transfer options, right? So instead of going directly to the UK, some of the students choose to come to Dubai, stay here for a year or two, and then transfer. So have you come across any students that wanted to go somewhere else and then they decided to come to Dubai instead?
Oh yes, definitely. So I think this is a major question when we make up a decision, like why Dubai, why not somewhere, and why exactly. So I think what should be taken into consideration would be firstly see like what is the syllabus, what is the recognition given to the university, and how many students come up every year, see the number of students there, see the faculty and the qualification and everything. And yes, obviously the credibility would be seen by the licensing and all of those. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Those are the major things which is to be seen. And apart from that, you can see what are the partnerships with and the career prospects of the university and the alumni, checking out their testimonials and all of that.
Since you mentioned about careers, would
Adding
you like
on
to talk
to
more
that,
about the careers support we
networking. Dubai, guys, come on.
Yeah.
Networking it's the biggest and the largest place in Dubai to network with. There's multiple companies here. Not just that, we have a specific department in our university itself. It's called Careers and Employability Department. They technically connect you with the employees directly. That's one thing. Second thing, our university offers multiple programs with various specializations.
And
Sorry, my bad. Multiple. There's like multiple for business management, finance, marketing, supply chain and logistics, HR. It just goes on and on, honestly.
Okay. So again, all of these information is so much important. You don't realize because sometimes people come on chats or webinars and they might not think of a question. But when we have these kind of conversations, these questions come up and we're able to acknowledge that. And also for students who are confused about, choosing Middlesex or another university or choosing Dubai or another city to study, these facts are very, very important. I've got an important question, which I think we've shed some light before, but maybe we can get a little deeper into that, is how the assessments happen at the university. How does Middlesex do assessment different from, let's say, how you did that in high school? We did cover a little bit of it, but can you talk more about the presentations that you have, or group assignments, or the final examination? How does it work? Let's start with Melissa.
Yeah. So the assessment here, it's very practical basis. The understanding is tested on how you apply the knowledge that you have learned, which is through group presentations. Again, the soft skills will be developed because you get to work with different kinds of people outside your friend circle. You get to come out of your comfort zone. Apart from that, it was individual presentations. You create analysis reports and you learn how to, go through different kinds of reporting. You learn a structure of reporting. So all of these actually give you a polished sense into assessments and analysis so that you put your skills into, reflection.
What about you, Kendrick?
Adding on to that, so for me, in general, there's a lot of group assignments. There's going to be dissertations to do. Me personally, since I'm doing LLB Honors Law, my program is mainly focused on assignments, and we have MCQs as well. There's a lot of research work to do. We have the online learning portal called Cortex, in which you can access all your textbooks there as well, completely free of cost once you've received your credentials as well.
I've got a very nice question from Reem. How is MDX different from other universities in Dubai? Kendrick,
there's a lot to go on.
I know, I've got a lot to say, but let's be concise. Let's start with Kendrick.
First up, the program itself, it's very unique. We have a specific club. Let me talk about my program first. There's something called as MDX Mooting Society. So what they do for the law students is they offer multiple opportunities just for you guys to grow in your specific field, number one. Number two is the amount of social and sports clubs we have at this university and the amount of talent we recognize here. It's crazy, honestly. It goes on a different level compared to any other university.
Okay. Well said.
Yeah,
Melissa?
A lot to say, but yeah, since you said concise, now that's a task. But I would say that firstly, they have a good balance of what they teach here and the events and activities that they organize. It's amazing because everyone come together, they engage in different activities, at the same time they manage studies, and there are all the resources that you need here. Whatever you need, it's here at the university when it comes to lending a laptop, or if you want to have a book, a library, a sports gym, everything you just get at one go. Even if you're an international student, if you have like questions or how to go on with accommodation and stuff, everything just here. So you don't have to go anywhere else. It's everything at the university. And that's the reason I also used to spend all my day in the university with my friends.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So I also want to chip in, but I'll give some facts. So we are a 5-star KSTA university, which means that the educational government or the educational organization of Dubai assesses universities based on different categories. So you've got quality of education, quality of faculty, the support services that we provide. And we've been getting 5 out of 5 stars almost every year, which means that we're consistent. And that proves, you know how you go into a hotel and you see 5 stars, you know why it's 5-star.
Yeah.
And you walk in, you're like, oh, this is why it's 5-star. You know, with the services that we provide, right from when you think about joining Middlesex to you sitting in classroom and to you graduating. I'm not sure if you've attended graduation ceremonies before. You can see how happy the students and families are and how proud they are to see that journey of the student from high school to graduation. Another fact is that we're the university that has 2 branches within the same city. So we've got one in Dubai Knowledge Park where we are going live from. We've got another one in Academic City. So we're one of the few universities that have, you know, 2 branches in the same city. More than 120 nationalities. How crazy is that? You know, there are people from different parts of the world coming down to Dubai and studying with us, which is so important. And of course, when you think about undergraduate course, I see some questions about postgraduate transfer. We don't have a postgraduate transfer, but with undergrad, a lot of students can start their first year in Dubai. In the 2nd or the 3rd year, they can actually transfer to the UK. Because in most cases, students are confused whether they need to study in the UK or in Dubai. This is a win-win situation where you can start your program in Dubai, finish 1 year, and in the 2nd or the 3rd year transfer. A biggest example is me. You know, even I thought I would join Middlesex. I'll do 1 year in Dubai and I'll transfer to the UK in the 2nd and 3rd year. I had so much fun in Dubai that I didn't want to move.
I was just going to say that.
So it makes you stay in Dubai, you know, like the careers and employability service, the environment around Dubai, you know, the support services that you get from the university, and of course the people that you meet at the university makes you want to stay here. So I think those points are something that I personally feel why people choose Middlesex and how we are different from other universities in Dubai. I've got a question from Aryaman about, can we work part-time with an MBA delivery program? Maybe you could answer that question. I know that it's quite difficult because the classes are between 9 a.m. and 4, and that's usually when you know, most of the companies have their working hours. But is it flexible? Is it not flexible? Or do they have to finish the program and look for a job? What are your thoughts on that?
So working or not working with an MBA program is totally individual's choice. But yes, if you're asking for with the daytime MBA, again with the classes, the timings given, definitely, because internship opportunities, or whether it's a part-time as well, students do work. I've seen like few of my friends, they work. They have a hybrid mode of working, so they go for it. And some of my friends, they've been working internship, but later it gets converted into full-time. So those are few of the opportunities that you get here. And yes, working definitely is an option here.
Right. I think the program is designed for you to complete your academics and then look for a job, but I don't think it's limited to that. If the companies are flexible and they do understand that you are a student at a university, some of the companies I think are flexible with those hours. But most of the students come in, do the MBA and graduate and then look for a job.
Adding on to that, even the careers fair that we have here twice in a year, students use that opportunity to find a job so that by the end of 8 months they can actually, you know, get into a job, and that really helps most of
Since we're on the topic of career fairs and careers office, one of the most important questions that we get from India: if I join your university, what are my chances of getting employed? What are the employment services that you guys provide? So would you like to shed some light on the careers and employment?
Didn't we recently have over 200 plus companies down here at our campus for our recent campus career fair?
Yes. And we didn't have space, so we had to host in a different place because there were so many companies that came on board.
Again, that was as well nearby. So we have 2 major events here in Dubai, in our campus itself. It's called Career Fair and Grad Stock, which happens every year. In these events, we have companies coming into our university. We have live recruiting. They conduct interviews for you guys. They shortlist your CVs, and then you would possibly get a call back from the companies itself. Career-wise, opportunity is really amazing here at Middlesex University. On top of that, the basics, your CV building, Careers and Employability Department helps you with your CV building as well. And that's an important tip. Me, myself, and my friends, we are going to go there next.
Okay. So just to add to that, a lot of times when we talk about careers and employability, or the questions that I get from students, they focus more on the end result, which is, will I get a job? Or how do I get a job? Or what are the salary packages and all that questions. But I think what's more important is how do you get to that, right?
Yeah.
So mock interviews, CV workshops, building that network in the community is so important. And all of this is done completely free of charge by the careers office. All you need to do is just enter and register with them, and they will help you.
Yes.
One of our senior faculty, he always tells me that, at Middlesex, nobody says I don't know or nobody told me, because when you start, all of these services are provided to you. You just need to go and register. No one's going to, it's not school. You don't get spoon fed. You have to put in your time and effort to go and fix up your CV, and that will eventually lead you into the job. And I think a lot of students who actually take up these services, which is sitting down with them, fixing their CV, or attending a mock session, how do I dress during an interview? What do I say during an interview? People who are trained for that have a higher possibility of getting a job than people who go unprepared. Would you agree with that? 100%?
Agree, totally. And also the fact that we have counselors who are assigned specifically for different kinds of programs. For example, for MBA, there's a particular counselor. So we get to go to her, speak about our preferences, and whenever there's a vacancy, we are told about it. There's also a portal for students here. So then whenever there's a vacancy come up, we can just drop in our CV and we are notified about whether we are shortlisted or not. And it then goes to the company.
Okay.
They do email you personally as well, by the way, from the careers department.
So, and they're very, very friendly people. So I've actually been there a couple of times myself, and they're very helpful. And because what you want is staff that is welcoming and understands your need. Because if you're hesitant or worried to go to a department, you'll never enter in that department, or you feel intimidated. But I think one of the biggest strengths of Middlesex is its team, its staff. They're so welcoming. And for me personally, when I joined Middlesex as a student in 2016, the way I was welcomed into the university is what made me stay. And now I'm doing the same for the new students. So I'm gonna give what I received, and it's a brilliant experience. I've got some questions about, they want to know more about the social clubs, and they want to know more about the sports club. And is there any charges, or how do they register for this once they're an active student? Melissa?
Yeah, sure. So there are n number of clubs for all kinds of students here, undergrad, postgrad, and there's no charge obviously, and it's free of course. But yes, again, for the leadership, there are different kinds of selection processes. But for being a member of any club leader, it's open to all. You show interest and then you register as a member, and that's it. You participate in organizing events there and participate in the competitions that they organize. So yeah.
We have posters around campus, and that there's a small QR code labeled there as well. Just scan the QR code and you guys can join the club. On top of that, you guys can have a chance to become a club coordinator as well, or join the core team as well. Again, all of this is really good, not just for building your soft skills, but in your CV as well.
Right.
Amazing.
Important. We got another question. Can full-time master's students work part-time to cover their monthly expenses? Is this possible? To answer that question, it's again very subjective, right? It depends on what kind of job you get, With the master's program, like I mentioned earlier, all of the classes are from 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., excluding the daytime MBA. So you've got all of the day for yourself. And if you were to land a full-time job, great. If you were to land a part-time or internship, that's great as well. Some of the part-time jobs or some of the internships are not paid. You're there for the work experience. Some of the full-time jobs are, of course, paid, and you get those privileges as well. So it really depends on what kind of salary package that you have. And as I told you, expenses are very subjective.
Yes.
You might dine at a nice restaurant, and I might be okay with a budget-friendly meal. You might live in a really nice place, and I'm okay taking the metro and living in shared spaces. So it really comes down to what kind of job are you part of, and what's your salary package, and what your monthly expenses would look like. In some cases, yes, students are able to cover their own expenses using that money that they get. Some students need to add a little more than what they get.
You get adapted to the new environment. So
yeah, it does. Again, most of the questions that I see on the chat box is about postgraduate program, how easy it is to work and study at the same time. Is it difficult to work and study at the same? Most of the questions revolve around that. Again, to answer that, it depends on you. How good are you at time management? How good are you at managing your assignments and courseworks and also taking up work stress? Most of the job in Dubai runs between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Some go until 6 p.m.
Yes.
And our class timing is at 6:30. So we've given enough time for students to complete their work and then go to their classes. So it really comes down to how well you manage your time and what kind of internship, part-time or full-time that you receive. No full-time, 2 full-times are same, right?
Yeah.
No 2 part-times are same. I know a lot of students who are doing internships in really big companies, but they don't pay. I know some students who do internship in small companies that they pay. So it's very, very subjective on the climate of the work and the type of work that they get.
Definitely.
Do you have any pointers that you want to talk about or anything in specific about the MBA?
Oh yes, definitely.
Because we do have a couple of questions about MBA.
So if you ask me what's the top of my head, I would say the immersion trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to add on to that, the MBA trip is called the immersion trip. So when you do an MBA program, part of the course there's an international trip, and Melissa is very, very excited about these trips. So that's why she wants to talk a little bit about the immersion
yes,
trip.
a lot, but
Where
yeah,
did you
let
go
me
this
keep
year?
it small. So we have this immersion trip which takes place once during our entire course, and we had the choice of Malaysia or Azerbaijan. I took Azerbaijan, and it was actually lovely because it was a nice way for me to bond up with my friends, to build up these relationships. At the same time, it was a way for us to learn new things about the new place that we went to. We had a meeting with the tourism board as well. And apart from that, it's a new experience, I would say. It's an experience to cherish, to live. And yeah, it was lovely. It was a trip of 4 to 5 days. And yeah, it was
Were you
nice.
more excited about the academic aspect of it or more about the extracurricular leisure?
I mean, to be honest, it was the fun part
The fun
of it.
part of it. Okay. Since we're on the topic of MBA, again, we've got a couple of questions about MBA. You will at some point talk about MBA because once you finish your undergrad, you can do our MBA program as well. Is MBA the only program which has both daytime and evening schedules? Correct. Yes. So MBA is the only program that has an evening batch and a daytime batch. So the daytime is called the daytime MBA and the nighttime classes are called executive MBA. So the main difference between these two MBA is in the entry requirement. So if you're doing a daytime MBA, you don't need any work experience. So students who complete their bachelor's, let's say this year, they can immediately start an MBA. Because most often what happens is universities ask students for 2, 3, 4 years of work experience. We have kind of eliminated that and created this program that allows students to have a chance at MBA without that work experience requirement. And with the executive MBA, you need at least 2 years of work experience. So this is what differentiates daytime and nighttime classes. We've got more questions around the fee structure. So again, the fee structure varies between the level of programs. We've got the foundation, undergraduate, and postgraduate. So the best thing to do is visit our website so that you can click on the program that you're looking for. All of our fee structures, all of our discounts, the modules, the subjects, everything is clearly mentioned on the website. I think one of the best things about Middlesex is its website because it's so informative. You can just go on our website and search whatever you want. Scholarships, accommodation, visa, whatever you search for, it's so quick that you will get the first link and it's easy for you to go through that.
The modules as well.
The modules as well.
Yeah, and the description, what you're going to do, everything's just given there.
So, since you are a postgraduate student daytime and you're an undergraduate student, how different is your social life on campus? Because
do you want to go first, Melissa?
Well, I would say that not much of a difference, but yeah, it's different kind of experiences that we have. All the opportunities are same for us. As a master's students, obviously the focus is more job related, career related, and as an undergrad, it's more on shaping the skills, I'm sure.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Shaping the skills is one thing. So I was born and brought up here in Dubai. Coming to university, Middlesex University, main aim was to have a lot of fun. I think I accomplished it within these 3 years. So yeah, it was great 3 years of my life, honestly saying, be it academically, professionally, personally as well, networking and creating friends. Honestly, it was a big experience for me, and if I could do it again, I would.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk about how, because we spoke about student life experience, we talk about accommodation, being an international student. Let's talk about how does one be part of Middlesex. Can you run me through how the application process looks like and how easy it is to be part of this community? Kendrick?
So occasionally we do have open days as well here. So open days is one of an event conducted by Middlesex University where you can meet with faculty, the admissions department, or you could talk with professors as well, get an interactive session, more insights into your program. Whereas for me as well, I came down to one of the open days of Middlesex University. That's when I got more insights into the program I wanted to pursue. Once I got better insights, that's when I had gone to the admission counselor.
Okay.
On the spot, he had provided me with the offer letter as well as the payment plan, which included my scholarship as well. Coming to the scholarship part, they offer up to 50% scholarship for CBC students. So
For the
honestly,
undergraduate program.
for undergraduate program, yes, to be specific.
Yeah.
Honestly, looking at the scholarship and the payment plan, as well as when I got insights into the course, I was really happy. And yeah, on the spot, I'd done the payment of 3,000. That's the initial deposit I'd done, and confirmed my seat at the university.
As simple as that.
Yes.
Melissa, would you like to tell us about what it is like to be an international student? Because you spoke about being here in Dubai and attending an open day. As an international student, how easy it is, or what are the steps to be part of Middlesex?
Honestly, everything, as you said, it's all over the website. So we just have to get into the website, place an application, fill the form. And once an application is placed, what happens is we get connected by a counselor. And everything from A to Z, we get guided by the counselor, and we get to know on what are the steps. That is, we'll get a conditional offer letter, and then we go through the steps. What are the next things to be done are told to us. And then that's it. Again, we
Pretty
secure our
straightforward,
seat.
right?
Yeah, and we do the deposit and get an additional grant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our next batch starts in September. So if you are interested in joining a wonderful program and a wonderful university in September, head to our website and create your free application today and be part of this amazing community. And maybe next time when we have this podcast, you can have a seat with us and talk to us more about your experience. If you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to us via email or through the application portal. If you want to know more about the university and some behind the scenes, you can follow us on Instagram at MDX Unplugged, where you'll get unfiltered, unscripted university experience, which gives you an understanding of what the university is raw. And if you want to know more about the programs and what we offer, you can obviously go and follow us at Middlesex University Dubai on Instagram, which does all of those videos and announcements of what we do at Middlesex. And finally, as I was talking about the website, our website is amazing, mdx.ac.ae. That's your place to go to create your application and be part of this amazing university. Thank you so much, Melissa and Kendrick, for being part of this. And thank you so much to all the viewers for attending today's session and spending the last 1 hour with us. They could be doing anything. They could be watching Netflix. They could be with their friends. But they chose to take some time out of the day and attend this event. So thank you so much. And hopefully see you on campus in September.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
See ya.